Hello friends, my name is Manvinder and welcome back to my channel Manvinder for you. Today we are going to cover a topic called Swagger. What is Swagger and how we are going to use it with Node.js? Swagger is a powerful yet easy to use suite of API developer tools for the teams and individuals, enabling development across the entire API lifecycle from design and documentation to test and deployment. Swagger provides us three types of tools: Open API specification, open source tool, and Swagger Hub. Today we are going to explore open source tool, a tool in which individual can create, update, and share open API definition with customer. In this, we're going to explore Swagger Editor. Swagger Editor is basically a playground which Swagger provides you to explore their API in real time. So when you click on live demo, it will take you out where you can play around the various API which Swagger provides you. Over here you can see there are two schemas. One is HTTPS and other is HTTP. When you are testing with local environment, you can use HTTP. So we are testing with HTTP right now. So we explore the first API. You can see we are exploring the PAT API. This is our body. So in Postman also you have seen this thing, that this is body, and this is our two output, JSON and XML. So this is our header code, and let's try the first API. So when you click on try it out, you have to type the data which you wanted to save it into your database. So we change it to string and pass it the value which we wanted. Like for example, I pass it as a test and execute. You can see the output executed successfully, and we have seen an XML format. And this is our output with 200 success messages, and this is our API which we have executed. And this is our call request. So you can copy and paste it into your Postman also. So there are various type of APIs available. You can explore it later. And in left hand side, you can see this is the type of documentation we have to write in Swagger. This is the YML format. So in this demo, we are going to explore YML format. You can see in this video, we are going to use Swagger UI Express as the third-party module with Express. This is the one of the top downloaded module with Node.js to structure our API in Node.js. So there are other modules also available like Swagger JS Docs, which you allow a different feature. The other one is Swagger Tool, which allow you to like Swagger Editor, Swagger Code Gen. So this is the command which we use as to download Swagger documentation in our project. So before getting into that thing, first we explore our project. So I will take you my db.js configuration. This is my URL and my database name is tutorial_db. The other important file is tutorial.controller.js. Over here I define it a various functions like create function, find all function, find one function. You can create more function as you want it. So the other file which is important with this is index.js. Over here I define it my db configuration and my modules file. So we take you to the module file. Over here I had defined the schema for my tutorial API. So this is have a title, description, published, and timestamp, like what time you want to store it into your database. Another important file is tutorial.route.js. Over here I define it various routes like post, get, put, and delete. These are the various routes which is available in tutorial.route.js file. Let's start with our first step, in which we are going to install third-party module with our application. So the command is npm install Swagger UI Express. So when you enter it, it will automatically install that module into our project in node module folder. So other than that, we have to write some of the constant variable in our app.js file, that is like Swagger UI Express and documentation. And there's other route we have to mention in which route you want to explore the Swagger documentation. So as I mentioned, in this tutorial we are going to explore YML format. So how first we have to install that module also with our application. That the command for installing Swagger from YML file is npm install --save yml.js file. So just copy it and paste it into your terminal. So when you paste it here, it will automatically install like Swagger documentation. It will automatically install into your Node module. Once it gets installed in your system, you can see which format, which version
After
you are
that,
using it.
we have to integrate those modules with our application. So copy these three constant variables and paste it into your server.js file. So you can see first one is swagger.ui, then second environment.load. The third one is just we are integrating the file name with YML format. So swagger.yml, you can see there is a file in my system, and we are loading that particular file in our system. So after that, we have to integrate that particular route with that file. So just copy and paste it, and you can see our core option. This can be multiple. You can write origin and whatever the options you wanted to put it. And you can see we already have one file, so we create a new file for demo. So I name it as a swag.js YAML. That is the syntax for that YAML file. After that, we just create a new variable, like I just create a variable 2 and just name it. The name should be same as that file which you had created. So, and after that, we have to make a route for that particular file. So which route you want to display that particular Swagger documentation. So I name it as a API.2. Just restart. So I'm using a Node module. It's an open source third-party library which help you to automatically run the server. So you can see here. So this is a module which I'm using it. So you can also install like npm i.node module, and it's a very famous module. So this is the process. So we'll not get into deep into this one. So it automatically restart the Node application when file changes. So we start our server with node mod. Once the server gets started, like you can see, it's running at port 8080. So you can see either it will take the environment port or 8080. So you can see our YML file over here. So first we take the YML content. So we open a Swagger and copy from here and paste it into our swag.yml file. The same syntax. We will not change anything here. For demo purpose, like we can see that the application which we are running is perfectly integrated with Swagger or not. So we open our localhost API.2. There's a G in this. Let me check. Okay, we have to, because we are using a second document, so to rename it to, and it will automatically detect, and when you refresh it, you can see all the API which is already available with the Swagger playground. So you can test it the same thing with local environment also now. So you're going to test one. So similarly, we have to try it out. So let's try it. Just change the syntax here and just execute. You can see we got the same output as we had seen in the playground. So there is a response.body and content type is XML. And it's successful, and this is the route. And we are using a HTTPS. So make sure when you are testing with local environment, we have to change it. So that over here we can see that our project is running perfectly fine. Now we are going to integrate our APIs with Swagger. So you can see here, this is the basic information about our project, like Swagger, what version you are running, and the title, contacts, email, name, whatever. Host can be any URL which you want to host the application and where you want to host. Base path can be also be changed, like wherever you want it to be changed. And the tags, like what name you want it for, like particular tag, like tutorial. I will show you this thing into our Swagger application. And schema like HTTPS. If you want one only, we can put one. If you want two, like HTTPS or HTTP. And this is the route. We can see the same route we had mentioned in our route.js file. So we have to use the same route with the integration also with the Swagger. After that, you can see it's going to the base URL, and this is the base URL we have. Over here we can see this is like how we are integrated our module. Okay. Over here you can see we have a security options also, like what authentication if you wanted write permission or only read permission for particular. And this is the model which we had integrated, like I rename it as a tutorial. And this is a summary, descriptions, operation ID. These are the various parameters which is required with the Swagger. And this is a post request, and these are like summary, description, operation ID. There are various modules, various tags you can use it. So for more reference, you can refer to Swagger documentation. There are like two producer, like one is XML and one other is a JSON. What format you wanted, you can integrate with that. Apart from that, we have a definition. This is the module, like we have title, description, and we required this field is required. The default value is true. So we had seen the same thing inside our module.js file. So over here you can see the title, description, and publisher. And in the Swagger documentation, it will be the same. So over here you can open the Swagger. You can see title, string, and description, and publisher. Apart from that, you can see if you want to show the success message, use 200, and if you want to show output like authentication is required over here. So you can put definition for security, what API you wanted, key, and all these things you can put here also. And what response, like integration response, like property, you can set it like integer, string, what type of values you want it to. So it's same thing we test with the Postman also. So I will show you with the Postman also. So let's start Postman also. Copy the route. So we are using localhost. I just rename it to new tab and just send it. Oh, we have to change it to post. So we send it. You can see that post request successfully is saved into our database. What time it created? Just let's open RoboMongo. I'm using a RoboMongo for database visualization. Let's connect with the local environment, and this is my database. In initial state, I told you that my database name is tutorial_db, which you can see in our server.js file also, in db.js file. Over here you can see the database exists. So over here we have two routes. So you can see here, this is the first route we have. If you want to change it to other route, you can create multiple routes. Like if you want a version 1 or version 2, you can create it like this way. Like my first route was local or HTTP dot something. Now we're going to test with post. Now we are going to test with our Swagger documentation. So right now we are testing with local environment, so we have to change it to HTTP, and this is the API we are going to use it, and it shows that we have to use string, description also string, and publisher will be always true. If you want to change it to false, you can make it also. So let's try it out. So I'll just change it this one. YouTube, and then description I put something, testing, let's execute it, and we want the JSON object, so let's change it, and application we wanted output will be JSON, and let's execute it. Over here you can see we got a success message, and you can see the data, which data is stored in your database. So this is the response header, and on top you can see the curl URL and request URL. You can use the same URL, or you can use this curl request in Postman also. So just import, just paste it here. It will automatically integrate with your Postman also. So just see the same thing which we had seen, send it to the database. Now we change it to YouTube too. So make sure that call request also working. When you send it, you can see again, and let's so we got the message like successfully 200. So it means that data got already stored into our database, and this one is the model in which you can see the title, description. So in our application is this, you can see at the bottom in the swagger.yml file, you can see here publisher, title, what parameter, boolean, and all these things you can mention here. And you can see what will be the response, the code type, and all these things you can mention in your XML file. All these things you can see in your YML file.
The source code for the project, I had provided you a link in the description section of the YouTube video where you can refer if you're stuck somewhere. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please give a thumb up. If you have any query, you can comment it. And if you want to know about my latest video, please subscribe my channel. Till that, see you next time.